Today is a great day for the Howard County Agricultural Land Preservation Program and Howard County Agriculture. Today, Howard County is entering the Dickey Sharp Farm into the Howard County Agricultural Land Preservation Program. This 130-acre farm is the largest remaining parcel not in agricultural preservation. What makes this even more special is this property will continue to be farmed by the Sharp Farm, who have a long history of farming here in Howard County. Joy Levy, the administrator of the Howard County Agricultural Land Preservation Program, along with the Agricultural Preservation Board, has done a wonderful job preserving 22,890 acres in Howard County. This is another great example of their hard work. I would also like to thank County Executive Dr. Calvin Ball for his support of this program. His support has enabled this property to be preserved for generations to come. There is still more work to be done, with 3,142 acres still available to be put into agricultural preservation. Preserving these properties is an integral part of the success of agriculture in Howard County. I would now like to introduce Howard County Executive Dr. Calvin Ball.
Thank you so much, James, and just I want to publicly thank you again, James, for all of your hard work throughout all of Howard County. The work that you and your team do has been invaluable when it comes to agriculture, when it comes to ensuring that people have food on the table to eat and helping our farmers get through this challenging time. As James noted, agriculture plays a vital role in Howard County, supporting our economy, supporting families, and supporting our environment. Our farms provide locally grown food, minimize our environmental footprint, and create jobs. Our agricultural land preservation program is one of the most impactful tools we have as a county to ensure that we protect and preserve farmland and support the many people whose livelihoods depend upon our farms. Yet, when I took office, this critical program had been shut down by the previous administration. Working with the Agricultural Preservation Board and our Finance and Planning and Zoning departments, we restored this important program in a pragmatic, fiscally responsible way, ensuring that our scoring system accurately evaluated the proposed easement prices. And I want to thank everyone who helped make that a reality. We began accepting applications for this program again in July of 2020 and are now beginning to see the hard work that everyone did to revive this program start to pay off. This past June, we made our first acquisition into the Ag Pres program in nearly 4 years, securing 35 acres for agricultural preservation purposes. And now today, we're here to sign legislation confirming that we have preserved an additional 130 acres through the Agricultural Land Preservation Program here at Dickey Farm. This is one of the largest additions to our Ag Pres program in over a decade. And I want to thank the County Council for their vote last night to ensure that this became a reality. With this acquisition, we have secured the largest remaining farm in western Howard County that was eligible for the program, restricting the development of this property in perpetuity and protecting this valuable resource from being converted to non-farming uses. This acquisition adds to the almost 23,000 acres of farmland already in our Ag Pres program, preserving land that is almost entirely comprised of Class 1, 2, and 3 soils. And our work to preserve valuable farmland is not done, with an additional 4 properties currently in our acquisition pipeline. Thank you, Joy. Since taking office, it's been a priority to revive the important work of preserving our active agricultural land for its environmental and farming benefits. And so I'm so happy to be here today to take another giant leap to advance this priority. Thank you again. And other than speechifying, I have one job to do, and that's to actually sign this legislation. Again, I want to thank the County Council. And I'm going to leave this up here so I also do not lose it. Thank you.
I would now like to introduce Councilman David Youngman from District 5 to say a few words.
I wasn't prepared to talk, but everybody knows I'm good with that. First, I would also like to thank my council colleagues, because even things like this have shown they are not always easy these days. But we got 5 votes for a unanimous vote last night. And, guys like Calvin and I come and go, but Mickey, James, Joy, there's people that have been running this program, and our consultants on the new general plan have said it's one of the best programs they've ever seen. And, they're working all over the country. Oh, Beth's here too. Hello. So just thank you guys for keeping this program going and for working so hard to get this. If you looked at a map, this was a donut hole in the middle of all preserved properties. So to get this prize, this treasure into AgPres. Thanks.
I would now like to introduce Mickey Day, the chair of the Agricultural Preservation Board.
Thank you. I'd just like to first just stop and think about it for a second. 23,000 acres. That is a lot of ground. And if you look at neighboring counties around us, some of their programs have not, even though they're a lot larger than Howard County, they have not even come close to the percentage of acres that we have preserved here in Howard County. 23,000, and that's a testament to everybody here today. Dr. Ball, thank you for your support, and the council, we certainly thank you for everything that you've done to support the AgPres program. But the board is always very happy when we get any parcel included into the program, no matter what the size. But as stated earlier by Dr. Ball, this 130 acres connects to many other properties that are already in the program or preserved in other manners. And so it's important that we especially include those programs. And when we get something, a parcel as large as this, it especially makes us happy to see that happen. So again, I'd just like to thank everybody that's had a part in this, and I hope we can continue to get those other 4 and many more, Joy, into the program. Thank you.
Great. I'd like to now introduce Joy Levy, the administrator of the Howard County Agricultural Land Preservation Program.
Good morning. On behalf of the Agricultural Land Preservation Program, I would like to thank the Dickey and Sharp families for continuing their tradition of preserving land through this program by placing this beautiful working farm under easement. The Dickeys were pioneers in ag preservation. They put their home farm, which is just next door, into the program in 1984, which was the first year that the county started purchasing ag easements. And the Sharps have 11 other farms under easement, more than any other family. So both the Dickeys and the Sharps have contributed a great deal to the county's Farmland Forever efforts. As has already been mentioned, as of today, there are just under 23,000 acres in ag preservation, and the county uses a dedicated 25% portion of the local transfer tax to fund the acquisition of these development rights. There's approximately 47% of the land in the rural west that is protected through various easements, parks, and open space. And that's really a huge accomplishment over the years, given the competing pressures on the land out here over the past 4 decades. So, as has been also mentioned, there are approximately 3,000 acres remaining that are eligible for the AgPres program. So there is still work to do, and the county remains committed to continuing these efforts. This year, the county will be releasing the next general plan, HOCO by Design. The plan carries forward this long tradition of preserving ag land in perpetuity. And HOCO by Design calls for continuing our land acquisition program while building on existing efforts to assist the ag community to grow and to diversify. So using the dedicated transfer tax dollars, the county has been supporting the farmers, other than acquisition, by efforts such as funding the very popular Ag Innovation Grant program, also funding the efforts of the Howard Soil Conservation District. The district assists property owners with design and installation of best management practices, which has both an ag and environmental benefits, and also funding the efforts of the Economic Development Authority's Agricultural Business Development Program. Howard County by Design envisions new opportunities to support farming profitability and encouraging new and next generation farmers to be part of the ag community. Thank you.
I would now like to ask Jonathan Dickey, owner of this farm, to come in and say a few words.
Good morning. As longtime Howard County residents, we are happy to see this property go into agricultural preservation. As Joy said, we've been involved with the program since its earlier days, and we are very proud to continue that tradition with this farm. And farmers make it happen, so we're very happy that a multi-generational family like the Sharps will continue the farming tradition for many years to come. Thanks very much.
And last but not least, Alan Sharp, who will be continuing the farming here on this great farm.
Good morning. Thank you all for coming out. It's a rainy day. I'll keep my remarks brief, but I did want to take the opportunity to thank those of you who have made the preservation of this unique farm possible. First, I wanted to thank the Dickey family for working with us to get this farm into Howard County's Agricultural Land Preservation Program. I also wanted to thank the county council, Joy Levy, in addition to, of course, the administration, Executive Ball. Thank you very much for your leadership and foresight to preserve this farm and other productive land like it throughout Howard County's agricultural west. It's important to farmers and the sustainability of the agricultural economy without question, but preservation benefits Howard County's residents more than ever. As a community, we are placing value on providing local sources of the bounty that comes from Howard County's agricultural lands. The residents also feel a deep connection with farms, open spaces, animals, and the outdoors in general. As some of you may know, we have agritourism business at Waterford Farm off Jennings Chapel Road. One of the most common questions I'm asked by visitors is, how many acres is this farm? Which is usually quickly followed with, I guess it's not long until it'll be another subdivision. At this point in the conversation, I usually point to our Farmland Forever sign that hangs on our barn. I explain that the farm is in Howard County's agricultural land preservation. This always elicits a smile and a burst of enthusiasm. I hope everyone here shares that enthusiasm as this farm enters the program and becomes Farmland Forever. Thank you.
Great. I want to thank you all for coming, and that'll conclude our press release.